The Science of Taste by Daniel Silverman. An introduction to taste. Taste is an essential part of the human experience and culture. It's an essential part of enjoying eating. But have you ever wondered why you experience it or how it happens on a chemical level? Well, let's jump into that and various other points to talk about. Why does taste exist? So, the pleasure you get from eating a delicious dish might be good on a surface level, but what is the biological need for it? Well, one of the main reasons for the need to be able to pick up tastes in food is the ability to know if whether something is dangerous or not before you swallow it. For example, poisonous foods are often very bitter in taste. Humans instinctively associate bitterness with disgust, making us want to spit it out. The back of our tongues are even a bit more sensitive to bitterness, so we could reflex spit out anything that is poisonous, we could throw it up. On the other hand, we react positively to savory or sweet or salty tastes because it is a sign of nutrient and protein-rich foods. Where do the five tastes come from? So, there are 5 fundamental tastes, but what specifically causes them? Sweetness. Sugars are the main cause for something to taste sweet, often naturally found in fruits, that sort of thing. Fructose and glucose is usually the trigger for the sweetness taste. So saltiness. Table salt is usually what makes up the salty taste, and what makes it up? Sodium and chloride. They're usually causes for what makes something taste salty. So the sour taste. Acidic solutions that come from things like lemon juice make things taste sour. Savory. This indicates the presence of protein and various amino acids, which often come from meat products, cheeses, and many other foods. So, you may have heard of this chart here, the taste areas myth. So, basically, it was long believed that the tongue had different quadrants that would only be able to taste one specific flavor. We've all seen this diagram at some point. However, despite its widespread, chemosensory scientists have debunked it a long time ago. The tongue can, in fact, taste all flavors at any location of the tongue. It's not just like quadranted off into little sections. Despite that, the sides of the tongue are more sensitive to specific tastes, but that's true for all the tastes. So, the misconception comes from a 1901 publication by a German scientist who went out to measure which parts of the tongue are more sensitive to what. He proved that while the tongue does in fact have areas where certain tastes are slightly accentuated, his visualizations made it seem like different parts of the tongue were responsible for only one specific type of taste. Thus where the misconception started. So, how your brain perceives taste. Inside your tongue, there are thousands of bumps called papillae. These coat the surface of your tongue. Inside these bumps are your taste buds. So taste buds are made up of many sensory cells that resemble almost a flower bud, as you can see in the diagram. At the top is where the taste pores are. These collect the food molecules and transmit the information to the nerve fibers at the bottom of the buds, which sends the taste information to the brain via cranial nerves, to put it simply. The process by which the food molecules get converted into taste signals is a complex process which relies on various different stages and parts. So, emotions and taste. Taste is not only caused and affected by the molecular contents of the food, but also with the past experiences and mood of the person eating it. Research has found that eating foods with high serotonin levels can increase the person's sensitivity to bitter and sweet tastes. Serotonin is, happiness, the happiness chemical. So if someone's feeling happy, they're more sensitive to bitter and sweet tastes. There were also experiments done with vegetable juice, which found that whatever facial expression the person made while eating, smelling, and seeing the juice had an impact on how much they reported liking or disliking it. Research has also been done which concluded that personality types has significant effect on whether people like certain foods. So, that lends the question, what type of people are these food companies advertising to? Differences between taste and flavor. So, at first, you may not think there's a difference between taste and flavor, but in reality, they aren't actually the same thing. Tasting is specifically the perception of the taste buds interacting with the chemical compounds that make up the food. So basically, it's just the tongue's information. Flavor, on the other hand, is the experience of not only taste, but also smell as well. Specifically, the combination of taste and odor. There are sensory cells that not only in your taste bud, there are sensory cells not only in your taste buds, but also in your nose, which plays an important part of the flavor when combined with taste. There are many different flavor combinations when you take into account all of the different smell and taste opportunities possible. So, now we get to the real question. How many tastes are there? So throughout the tongue, all the taste bud sensory cells react to the 5 essential tastes slightly differently. Some may react more sensitively to sweetness, while others may react a bit more to salty. Each cell has its own palette of tastes. The flavor of food only comes in when all thousands of cells intake the molecules and work together, combining all of their palates to create a taste. Using this information, scientists reached the conclusion that there are around 100,000 different tastes possible to be experienced by the tongue. Along with texture of food, temperature, and smell, the taste possibilities are endless. So, in conclusion, while one of the main biological reasons for taste is to know the contents of a food before swallowing, making sure it's not poisonous, making sure it's not old or rotten or whatever, it is so much more than that. It's an essential part of life to taste foods, whether you're trying it for the first time or eating something that you've long loved. The experience of tastes allows us to come together as a species and share dishes throughout cultures. All in all, the tasting process is an essential aspect of humanity. These are my sources. Thank you for watching this lovely presentation. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you.